Race number 10, and this race is over the 1,000 metres. It's a Class 3. And we have got Wellington resuming at the top of the book. He hasn't raced since April. He's had 2 trials. Pinghai Bravo just keeps on winning. Last 2 down the straight, he's up to a rating 78 now. Propice, Sha Tin debut. He won off at 5.5 at Happy Valley for his first start and gets a £7 claim for Jerry Chow. Valiant Dream, lame following that first up 10th. He's since run second to Pinghai Bravo. Gear change on Metro Warrior. Blinkers off. The cheek pieces again. Noir Rider, second start. He led up over 1,200 on debut. He drops back to 1,000 metres. Prince of Gem, 1,000 metre winner off a rating of 60. Joe aboard from barrier number 14. Like that's one over the 1,000 when he was back in Griffin's class. Moiraki has the blinkers off, the hood back on, and Exponential, the 14. The visor is off, Tom.
And the speed in this race looks to come from maybe a horse like Noir Rider and also potentially a Prince of Gems there up front there with Metro Warrior and Circuit 7. He's a horse that has shown a little bit of pace in his only run. Like that there with Wellington on the sort of third line with Baltic Whisper. Horses like Valiant Dream will probably get back along with Exponential and Ruby Stars. Exponential has the visor off. Moraki there towards the middle. He has the blinkers off and the hood going back on for Michael Chang.
Metro Warrior, he goes nicely down the back straight here. Nice piece from him. He's already a winner this season. And Neil Cullen aboard, drawn well, barrier 11, and the horse looks in good order. So no issues with him if you like Metro Warrior. Like that is the next one we're going to have a look at. Matthew Chadwick has won down the course in distance before. Hasn't had too much luck in his last couple of runs. Matthew Chadwick aboard here from barrier number 7. He goes comfortably. Frankie Law has now got Like That. And Moiraki, the change of gear here of the blink off, the hood goes back on. Jack Wong, barrier 3, pops up. He's popped up occasionally without winning. A nice run behind Winning Dreamer last start.
We kick off the replays here, Tom, with a horse that is absolutely flying, Pinghai Bravo.
Well, he's rounded off for 22.33 and 22.03 in his last 400s of his last 2 races. Went off at a bigger price 2 back and then was able to steamroll them again here. Came from a long way back and won pretty well. He got Valiant Dream. I thought he really did his best work late, hammering home down the outside. And he's got Sumi on riding this time round. Metro Warrior, Paul, I think he's had a few chances now.
Yeah, he has. I thought it's hard not to knock Pinghai Bravo, though. He's 2 from 2 down the course and distance.
He is indeed. He's going to get company from Wellington this week. We haven't seen him on race day since April. To find exactly where he is at, Ed caught up with Richard Gibson.
Richard Wellington, we haven't seen him at the races since April. He was impressive what he did last season. And what's been the reason behind that absence?
This is a good question, Ed. You know, some horses have injuries and other horses have issues. And that's a sort of quite a sort of finite line in racehorse training. This horse has had issues, but not an injury. So we know he can run, and he's a very talented horse. So we've just given him the time, really. We've just sat back on when he's ready, we're ready.
I've liked the look of his trials, Richard. Have you been happy with him as his trainer?
Ed, you're a good judge, so I'll take that as a compliment. And yeah, we've been, you know, been pleased with his training, and of course we're looking forward to seeing him run. You know, there's no hiding. You know, he's since the day he's run in Hong Kong, he's always been an exciting prospect.
Maturity-wise, all of those sort of things from 3 to 4, how's he developed?
Oh, sure. You know, he's a very, very different horse from when he was on debut last year, and you know, of course, you know, it's difficult to hide. Of course, I'm looking forward to seeing him run. You know, we don't have any other horses in the stable of his caliber, and we're looking forward to seeing him show his true worth on Sunday.
And just a final one about the horse too, Richard. His wins were over 1,200 metres last season. Why have you picked the straight to start him off with this season?
A little bit choice of race, but also he's got that all too hard speed in him. And you know, last year as a young horse, I had aspirations that he would be able to hit the mile, and I think that's unlikely at the moment.
Paul, that trial looks even better now with the horse he beat, California Deep Shot.
Oh, yeah, and California Deep Shot came out on one Wednesday night. But the horse is a very high-class horse. He stepped up to 1,400 metres at the back end of last season. Look, he's back to 1,000, looks ideal. The trial was good, and I thought it was pretty good, Mark. And, you know, you're a man that hasn't got injuries.
Plenty of issues, though. Tom, down the straight, he seemed to handle it well in the trials. He hasn't raced down the chute before, though.
No, he hasn't, but he didn't seem to have any trouble. It was an early start that morning too at the trials. I think it was 6:30, that early trial, so he was under the lights. Should be no issues. So maybe he just came to the end of it at the end of last prep because it was deemed unacceptable. It was a pretty ordinary run from him when he went out at a short price, 1.5.
We'll start with you here, Tom. We'll leave that other clown on the bench for a moment. Propice has had one start at Happy Valley, went off at 5.5. It was a pretty strong field. He too's been back to the Sha Tin trial, so he's seen the straight.
Some might say you're talking to another clown here. Propice, this horse here, out in the middle of the track. Now, he missed the start first up at Happy Valley over the 1,000 metres, but it wasn't a bad effort in the end. He went round at 5.5, so I'd be expecting some market support from him again, Paul.
Yeah, nice trial from him. Jerry Chow will take that £7 off as well, so he does come in with a nice weight. Barrier 6 down the straight. It's not a bad place to be.
Circuit 7's had one start, Paul. That was at Happy Valley. He got sent up to Chungfar after that, and he's trialled.
Yeah, look, the trial wasn't too bad. He did win this trial. It was a very soft trial there, more of a jump out. He's by deep field. I just wonder if 1,200 is going to be better for him in time, and I'd like to see him one more time.
He was quite keen in the opening stages of this trial, and then he's gone to the line with a partner horse there. As Paul said, son of deep field, maybe looking for a little further in time. But nothing wrong with the trial. His debut run, only beat a couple home, but he was at 9.5 in the market.
OK, Genius, who are we going with here?
I think Wellington will win. I do like this horse, and I liked him last season, and he won those 3 in a row and just failed in the last one. But I think he can bounce back here. Prince of Gems will be riding the pace. I have put like that in just about every run this season. Back to the straight 1,000, I think will suit him, and he can't knock Ping Hai Bravo's form here. 2 from 2 this season down the straight 1,000. 1, 8, 12 and 2.
1 and 2, the two numbers I like here. Wellington should be tough to beat. It'll be interesting to see what price he does come up at. Ping Hai Bravo goes, and really like Valiant Dream. He was back to some of his better runs last time out. Sumi on ride to Francis Loy. And Prince of Gems, he'll be just off the pace, but he's got the advantage of gate number 14. So I've got him in the mix as well. 1, 2, 4 and 8.